Shalom Akim, Yaba Shimel Shabrak Thamba, Shemakwa Kodash, Zbudamnasha DC Camp with another brief lesson to edify the since Akim doing the work of Yaba Shimel Shai with all diligence and perseverance. Also to say double honors and salutation to others and apostle, great millstone, who rule well. So I just got, just a quick lesson for the Akim. So this is just a video of Russia, talking about their nuclear weapons arsenal, what they've got on deck. They have the United States senators, calling for a dialogue to avoid such a conflict, So I'm just going to play the video and then I'll bring out some precepts.
Senators are urging Washington to engage in urgent dialogue with Moscow to minimize the risk of conflict. They've written a letter to the U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. Here is an extract.
A US-Russia strategic dialogue is more urgent following President Putin's public address on March the 1st, when he referred to several new nuclear weapons Russia is reportedly developing, including a cruise missile and a nuclear underwater drone, which are not currently limited by the New START treaty and would be destabilizing if deployed.
And RT's Jacqueline Verga joining me live now in the studio to discuss this further. Some are asking, what's prompted the senators to write this letter? Some people are already saying, well, once Putin unveiled those big guns, it's prompted some to potentially change tack. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it really does seem that on March 1st, when Putin came out and unveiled all this, he really did sort of hit his target of getting people to wake up and listen finally. Within the letter, it's urging Tillerson to begin strategic talks with Russia immediately without taking any pause there. But it's also chock full of warnings and accusations when it comes to Russia as well, touching on everything from Russia's involvement in Syria to the ever-present accusation of Russia having interfered in the 2016 presidential election. And there's also the accusation that Russia, is in violation of the INF Treaty, which Russia denies. But the thing is, it's clear that the U.S. is worried about Russia, what sort of power they represent. But the fact is, Russia has also been concerned for quite a while when it comes to actions that the U.S. has been taking, not the least of which being, Washington's expanding deployment of missile defense systems. They have them in Alaska, they have them in California. Also, NATO's continuous expansion into Eastern Europe. They, of course, have are already present in Romania and Poland. And what may have been the straw to break the camel's back here, metaphorically, would be in early February, we saw the U.S. come out with their new nuclear response review. And in there, they expanded what they could be using nuclear response towards. That could be also non-nuclear attacks that they would respond with nuclear force. So that's something that's really been worrying everyone for quite a while, and especially Russia, the balance of power in the world. And Putin himself probably said it most clearly on March 1st during his address when he was saying that, maybe the world will now listen to their concerns that they've been saying for quite a while. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Russia is a major nuclear power, but basically nobody wanted to talk to us. Nobody listened to us. So listen to us now.
So listen to us now, says the Russian president, and apparently there are a lot of things now to be listening to.
Very much so, and people do seem to be listening. At the address, Putin announced a number of new weapons, including the Sarmat Super Heavy ICBM, and that's a massive missile that Putin says is capable of defeating any defense system in the world. And that was among laser weapons and an underwater nuclear drone and another cruise missile with an almost unlimited range. So there's a lot there involved. And it seems that this has finally really gotten the U.S. to sit up and listen, as Putin was hoping for. And they were saying, these four senators in the letter, they were saying that despite all of this, and maybe because all of this, we really do need to come to the table and look at what is going to happen in the future in order to avoid conflict. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
Even at the height of Cold War tensions, the United States and the Soviet Union were able to engage on matters of strategic stability. Leaders from both countries believed, as we should today, that the incredible destructive force of nuclear weapons is reason enough to make any and all efforts to lessen the chance that they can never be used again.
And that idea of avoiding conflict really does seem to be something that Putin is in agreement with. I mean, after his announcement, everyone sort of exploded that, oh my goodness, Russia has these super powerful weapons. What does that mean for everybody else? Is this a threat? But Putin himself said that no, this is an idea of creating balance in the world and that Russia has no plans of attacking.
Man, what balance, man? You know, shoot. It's Mosai destroying the house of Edom. It's one of those things we're looking forward to, man. It's part of prophecy. You know, there's no way around it.
Anyone unless they or their partners were to be attacked. So Putin is also striving for peace. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
We have no plans and have never had plans to use this potential to achieve offensive or aggressive ends. Russia's enhanced military power is simply a guarantee for peace on our planet, for it preserves.
So, of course, it's no secret that Russia-U.S. relations have not been the best as of late, to put it lightly. And we have no idea if this letter will even help or if Tillerson would be open to having more discussion with Russia, but one can only hope at this point.
Yeah, some analysts have been saying it's a shame, actually, that Russia had to unveil these new hypersonic delivery systems for nuclear warheads, these nuclear-powered missiles that can run around the world infinitely. But it's a shame that Russia had to show these kinds of weapons to actually motivate Washington to finally come and do something constructive with dialogue. RT's Jacqueline Vuga, thank you very much.
You know, I can already know.
Senators are...
You know, it's a beautiful thing, man, to see these prophecies come to pass, because what these Edomites want is to extend their dominion on the face of the earth, and the Most High is not going to have that, you know. So it's going to be exciting times, you know. It's going to be really pleasurable to the Most High. So if you look at Ezekiel the 7th chapter, I'm going to read a few verses from here. And then, okay, it starts from verse 3. So it says, alright, so it says, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. So, you know, if you read the whole chapter talks about the land of Israel, the nation of Israel, you know, our forefathers, you know, what they had to deal with for going against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And that same judgment of, you know, the Most High revealing his power to put things back in perspective is still going to come upon America, man, upon the whole earth, alright? And verse 4 says, and mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Rakakadash. So it's going to be hot in this place, man. You know, for those that are going to be feeling it, hey, that's their lot. You know, that's where the Most High set it up, you know, because the time of judgment is speeding up. You know, this nuclear missile is going to be used. You know, they weren't made to be showcased, you know, and just, you know, put on display. They dismantle them. Nope, they're going to be used. You know, the prophecy of the Most High was already stated that it's going to happen. And then verse 5 says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, an evil, and only evil, behold, is come. Alright, an end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. Yep, so the worship of Edom is coming to an end, man. You know, this Edomite is seated in the spirit. You know, they hear the prophets of Yahweh Shai, or the highways and the byways on the internet. You know, they see the telltale signs of the economy. You know, they see the legislation being passed, and they can't run away from it, man. You know, they're upset, they're nervous, they're bugging out. You know, they're coming against the men of the Lord, whichever way they can. Alright, but at the end of the day, they're all gonna lose badly. Alright, so if you look at verse 25, it says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. All right. So the peace that the so-called U.S. senators are calling for is not gonna happen, man. The dialogue is over. It's non-effective. They could talk all they want to talk, but at the end of the day, the Most High is gonna let that World War III come to pass. The United States military is already preparing. They've already set up the offensive positions across Europe. They got nuclear missiles across the United States. To attack and to also defend. But all that is not gonna help. Because America's time is over. The lordship of the Edomites is over. It's already happened. So we just gotta be patient to see it. So if you look at Job chapter 20, if you look at verse 22, the whole chapter is good. All right, it tells you how the Edomites shall be defeated. You know. So verse 20 says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." So Esau's fleeing the straits right now, man. He's worrying, he's drinking himself, into a stupor. He's bugging out, lashing out at people around him. So it's gonna happen, man. And then verse 23 says, "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him." So those nuclear missiles are gonna be dumped on America, man. From the four corners of the earth, Iran, Russia, China, even NATO, they're all gonna shoot missiles against America. Because America has become a burden, to these nations. So Yahushua talked about, Satan, this divided against Satan, his house shall not stand. So that's exactly what applies to America, what applies to the house of Edom. These so-called Caucasians, they're on their way out, man. They understand the prophecies, but they always want to overlook it. All right. So I read verse 23 again. "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating." All right. So while the Edomites are conquering, things are going to plan. All of a sudden, it's gonna take a turn for the worse. Right? Because the angels are gonna be there too. Tearing up things, man. Making sure the Most High's plan goes according to schedule of how it's supposed to be executed. "So he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him true." Alright, so there's no escaping of these nuclear weapons, nuclear arsenal, that's gonna be shot upon America, man. Even in Europe, even in Africa, wherever it's shot, people are not gonna be able to escape except the elect, the one child nation of Israel, the remnants of the people spread out throughout the four corners of the earth. As far as the hidden too, man. So it's gonna be a great death that's coming upon the world. So verse 25 says, "It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him." Alright, so those terrors, it's what they're feeling now, man. Because all these elites building their bunkers, they're trying to negotiate their way out, but it's not gonna happen, man. Because they're all gonna go into captivity, the kingdom of heaven. They're gonna have so much to do, man. All the bodies of the men and women that they've sent into battle, they're gonna be in charge of burying them, placing markers. They're gonna be the cleanup crew. Yep. So they can't run away from that, man. They're gonna lose their power. It doesn't matter what nation they're on to. they serve whether they're Ishmael, Elam, Moab, Ammon, Ham, Edom, Japhet. The elites of the earth are gonna have they're gonna have to pay, man. They're gonna be put to work. So this is Jeremiah chapter 49. Yeah, so like Kim, his gadgets to have their own vibe. So through the spirit of Yabashim Shai, you gotta keep on pushing. All right. So this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and 22. It says, all right. I just keep it simple. Alright, just keep it over. Jeremiah 49 verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the list of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Alright, so the nuclear missiles, man, are going to destroy the Edomites, man. That's their final end, man, with their rulership. That's what the nuclear missiles represent, man. The power and their destruction, the height of their power and their downfall. And then verse 21 says, the earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Alright, so it's gonna be crazy, man. Then verse 22 says, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Bozrah. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in a pang. So the angels of the Lord are going to destroy, the armies of Esau, and wherever they are, alright, they can't run away from it, man. Alright. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be real crazy. Alright. So let me get to another precept here. It's gonna be from Revelation chapter 9. And we'll start from so start from 12. It says, one war is past, so that's World War One, and behold, there come 2 wars more hereafter. So World War II already passed, so you have one more World War to go, which is World War III. That's the stage we're in right now. Verse 13, and the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before the Most High Yahweh, saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpets, loose the 4 angels which are bound by the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and the day, and the month, and the year, for to slay the 3rd part of men. So that represents, the Edomites, man. The 3rd part of men, the Edomites, they're all going down, all right? They're the wicked, all right? And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So that's the nuclear missiles, man. So it's 200 million missiles, are gonna be in effect. They're gonna rip the whole, the earth upside down, man. The scripture talks about the earth shall roll back, real to and fro like a drunkard. And verse 17 says that, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Alright, so it's gonna be heavy when this stuff happens, So it's giving you the description of the nuclear missiles. And then verse 18 says, by these 3 were the 3rd part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouth. So folks are gonna die of suffocation, the heat, you know, the fire, you know, it's gonna kill them, you know. So it's gonna be great slaughter. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Yep, so it's gonna be crazy, man. You know, see the downfall of America while the Alchema up in the spaceships, you know, after being delivered by the angels of Yahweh Shem Shah Hashem Rakakadash. Yep, you're gonna see the lake of fire, which is America, man. And that is the main lake of fire. I mean, there are little lakes, you know, other lakes across the four corners of the earth, but the main one will be America. Yep, the main one is gonna be America. So this is Job chapter 34 and verse 33. Right, just keep it brief. So you know all that discussions, the senators are trying to push the forefront to make it a heavy agenda. It's gonna be fruitless, you know, uneventful. So Jeremiah chapter 34 verse 33. Should it be according to thy mind, he will recompense it, whether thou refuse or whether thou choose, and not I. Therefore speak what thou knowest. Alright, so what we know is the judgment of Yahweh Shemashah is coming upon America, man. You know, coming upon Russia. To make it more specific, is coming upon the nation of Edom. You know, spread out throughout the four corners of the earth. And, you know, that summarizes their rulership, man. The era of rulership, the era of their dominion is coming to an end. You know, so it's gonna be powerful to see these things in the last days, man. You know, to be a witness of these things happening. So that's one thing the Lord has promised to his prophets, that they're gonna see the downfall of their enemies. You know, and it's a righteous calling to know that the Most High is true to His word. All right, so we can't run away from responsibilities as men of the Lord. You got to accept it, you know. So, you know, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well in righteousness and diligence. You know, 2018, the year of prophecy. So we have so much more to look forward to, you know, as per downfall of these Edomites, man. Because those nuclear missiles are a major part of prophecy. They cannot be ignored, you know. So with that, I'll just say shalom.